All right, y'all. So we're gonna talk health. Now, I want to start off with. I got this bump. I want to start off with the reason why I like what really made me go deep into all this healthy stuff, organic. Uh, Herbs and all the natural cures and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, as a kid, I just never liked being sick. I always thought it was just not right. I didn't think it was normal, and I wanted to figure out a way of how to not get sick. So back then, I thought that taking medicine was healthy. Because for some reason, every time I was sick, if we go to the emergency room, it's like stepping in the emergency room always just made me feel better. As soon as we step foot in the door, for some reason, I don't know what it was, but I thought medicine was healthy. Thought you can eat whatever you wanted to eat as long as you eat some fruit sometimes and some vegetables and some yogurt and take medicine. Like, I was the type of person that even thought that, hey, like, you should take medicine even when you're not sick to prevent yourself from getting sick. That's what I thought, but that was completely wrong. There are ways to prevent, from getting sick, but I knew nothing about that then. So, when I was 15, my sister died from lupus. And, a lot of things that she was told to do, by the doctors and stuff like that didn't always make sense to me. And at the same time, my grandma was sick. She had heart disease, but it seemed like their doctors were telling them to do the same things. They said that they could not drink water because my sister used to get a lot of fluid, around her heart and stuff like that. It still didn't make sense to me not to drink water because we need water, and to not eat fruit, which don't make sense to me because fruit is healthy. And we need fruit. And I know fruit has water in it, but it doesn't make sense for her to not be able to drink water, to eat fruit, but she can have a soda every now and then. Does that make sense? No, that doesn't make sense. And I didn't know really much about health back then. My sister first was sick. I think she first got sick when I was in the 6th grade, 7th grade or something like that, 6th grade. But she died when I was in the 10th grade. And even though, back in the middle school years when, she was going to the hospital a lot, when I was in the middle school, because she was 6 years older than me, it just didn't make sense to me. But like I said, I didn't know nothing about no health then. It just did not make sense. And at the same time, my grandma, the doctors were telling her the same thing, which they had two different diseases. But she couldn't eat a lot of fruit and she couldn't drink a lot of water either. I guess because they both had heart problems. But lupus targets every organ in your body pretty much. It just makes your body turn on itself. So nothing just made sense to me because as far as being sick and dying, those were like two of my biggest fears. I still had other fears, but those were things that I was mainly afraid of, because as a kid you think things just don't happen to you or won't happen to you, or you think you won't lose people closest to you, and it's just immature thinking. So when that Natural Cures book came out by Kevin Trudeau, something, I don't know how to say his last name, but whatever. When that book came out, I read the book when I was 18, and that's when I first moved out too. So I read the book, and of course in there it said cure for lupus, and it said cure for cancer and all that type of stuff. So, I was deep into it because I felt like, oh, dang, if this book came out before then, my sister could still be here. Which we don't know that for sure. But I feel like with the stuff that I know now, I feel like she could have lived longer or still be here. But back then, I didn't really know a whole lot. You know, you can't just get all your information from one source or one book and think that you know a lot, because you don't. And I've done tons of research since then. So that was like a big thing for me. And then I was going through a lot of anxiety and depression around that time. Well, mostly depression around that time. So I wanted the cure for that. I used to go and see a lot of psychologists. I even seen a psychiatrist, but I don't like psychiatrists. They don't listen to me talk. They just freaking want to give you some pills, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted you to listen to me. But I went to multiple different psychologists, and they didn't really help me. It was one that was helping me. He was really, and that was the only man I've ever seen. No, that was the only man psychologist I had seen, and he actually was helping my mind think differently. But I stopped seeing him because I was seeing him through my job at the time, so it was free, and I stopped when it wasn't free no more. So I wish I would have kept going to him, because he is the only person. Like all of the other psychologists I've been to, they were women, and black, white, didn't even matter. Neither one of them were really on my level or telling me things that I didn't already know. So then my daughter, she was sick a lot because her white blood cell count was low, which the doctors never found out what was wrong with her. And she was sick like every 3 weeks. So yeah, I was getting to the point that I was tired of her being like that. So I got into that's when I started researching and getting to the organic stuff, and it seemed like that the more organic stuff I bought, the better she got. So, you know, she had a really bad constipation problem. They gave her Miralax. It was not working that well. I was giving her where it wasn't working that well. I was giving her coconut oil, like a spoon, like a teaspoon, teaspoon probably, because coconut oil does not feel good when you swallow it. I was giving her a teaspoon of coconut oil. That helped her bowels move better than the Miralax did. And I started doing the Noonie juice. We were taking it every day. That helped. It depends on what brand you get, but it helps so much with and I learned, I'm gonna tell you, everything I'm talking about now is just the stuff that I learned from the Natural Cures book. I bought 1 and 2 book, but the first book is the main thing that got everything. I mean, you know, the most things in there. Based on the things that I know now, that just small information compared to everything that I research for fun. You know, that's how I know that health is my thing. But you know, I started buying the Noonie juice. It's that brown juice. It's a green fruit. Can't get it in the United States. It's a green fruit, but the juice is brown. And it tastes disgusting. If you waste it on you, it stinks. If you waste it anywhere in the house, it stinks. You can't just wipe it up with a paper towel because the smell is so strong. You know, it stinks terribly. But if you mix it with some grape juice, then like you're supposed to take an ounce of it, a little shot of it every morning on an empty stomach 20 minutes before you eat, because you don't want the food to pull the nutrients from the juice. So I could take my kids, we can all take it with no juice now. But for the first few years, I had to even take it with juice. Grape juice is the best juice because you really can't taste it with the grape juice. Any other juice, you can taste it, but it still make it taste better. But I feel like it's just best to take it by itself. But you got to work your way up to that, because that takes some practice. Like, my kids took years to be able to drink that stuff without juice. But yeah, we were drinking that every morning, and that was helping. That even helps with constipation. It can help with headaches. It helped with nausea and vomiting and diarrhea. It helps with all of that. But I was also buying the other juices that he had recommended, which was the mangosteen. That juice tastes kind of good because it's real sweet. Mangosteen. What was the other juice? He said the aloe vera juice. Aloe vera juice to me, it smells like an old dirty mop. I'd rather have the actual, I have an aloe vera plant. I have two of them, and I haven't used those ones in my smoothie from my actual plant. I just bought the plant in a few months ago, but actually, because I'm a hairstylist, so I like to use the aloe vera leaf, open it up with all the jelly stuff, and put it on people who have scalp issues or alopecia. So I put the aloe vera gel and mix it with lemon. So I squeeze lemon juice on it too. You don't really want to rub lemon through people's head. Definitely if they got locks, because the pulp is going to get up there. So it's best to just squeeze it. But anyway, I'd rather have a fresh aloe vera than the juice, because it just stinks to me. But it was another juice. It was the mangosteen, the noni, I cannot think of those other juices. The I cannot think of those other juices. A whole lot of other juices. I think it was like maybe 5 juices altogether. Or 4. I know I bought it's like those exotic fruits and stuff like that. Mangosteen, noni. I call it noni. We call it noni in this house, but it's called noni. The aloe vera, and it was something else. I can't think of it, but I know it was some other juices that I had found that was like sea buckthorn. That's really good. Let me see. I had one time I was buying the actual, because you know, real chocolate is called the cacao bean, or it's called cacao. And they had a little sample bottle of cacao, just plain cacao, because you know, without the sugar, because it's nasty like that, but it's really good for you. You know, the darker the chocolate, the healthier it is. You gotta practice that as well. But I was doing a lot of that. It took my kids, you know, a while to like dark chocolate. It took me a while to like dark chocolate, but we kind of like it now. But a lot of the stuff that I was doing at the time, my daughter, she'll be 18 soon, but this was back when she was like 2 and 3. That's when she first had the lymph node poking out, which it still pokes out to this day, but I'm thinking maybe it's allergies, because she really doesn't have any health issues like she did then. But the organic food and the making sure that juice is 100% juice. That's what I was doing. Now I rarely drink juice. I mean, I still buy juice for the kids, but I was making sure juices were 100%. I was making sure I can buy as much organic things as possible, and I was trying to make sure that we had some type of fresh fruits or vegetables every single day. It was hard back then because my daughter acted like she didn't like fruit, and she loves fruit now, but she really didn't like fruit. And then when I had my other daughter, my second one, she, you know, I tried to have her with organic baby food only and all of that type of stuff. But I really feel like, you know, coconut oil works really well with constipation and with other health benefits. I mean, health issues it helps with. And then that noni juice, it helps so much. And just eating fresh fruits and vegetables, because I had started Weight Watchers back then, and that's, you know, they had this thing where you have to have about 5 servings of fruit every day. That helped with that, because that's when I got into making smoothies. So we were having smoothies all the time. I was buying yogurt smoothies, you know, and I'm not into dairy now, but I was making sure that things were either had a small amount of ingredients, organic, 100% real juice, and also if it was the off-brand, because I heard that name brand stuff had more chemicals than the off-brand, which now it kind of seems like it don't matter, but I still, when I grocery shop, I you know, read the ingredient list. It's like a habit now, and first I thought it was going to take a long time, but it's so quick. As soon as you get it, look at it real quick, put in basket, you know. Or if you buy the same thing all the time, you're going to eventually know. So You know, that's when I got really deep into it, because my daughter was going to the doctor like every few weeks. And then when they was checking her blood to see why it was her white cell count was low, she had to go every week. So I was tired of that, and the fact that I was young and dealing with that, and I was still, dealing with my sister dying. I'm still dealing with that to this day, and it's been 19 years. I don't think I'm gonna ever get rid of that. I don't think that's gonna ever go away. So, and then I have my own issues. I have asthma. I have, and I was dealing with a lot of depression then, and then I started dealing heavily with anxiety. So I was looking for cures for that as well. Oh, I also started buying like teas, organic teas, which I still buy a lot of organic teas. I don't drink them like as much as I used to, but those teas help a lot. Back then, when I first got into it, I was randomly drinking teas more often than I do now. But those teas, they help a lot. Or just like if you got a sore throat, if you coughing, gargling with salt water, sea salt. Now, I have not bought regular salt since I read that book. I only buy sea salt. But and it works. I know it works a lot more than like when I was younger and my daddy used to give me this big nasty cup of salt water. It would be that much salt in the bottom of the cup, and he would give me a tall cup, and it was so nasty. Sea salt is not as nasty as regular salt, and not only that, my sore throat didn't go away as quick as it do now with like just gargling with salt water, or you can gargle with vinegar water. Apple cider, organic apple cider vinegar with mother. So I had this is still like mainly the stuff that I was learning back when I was like 18 and 19. And that really was helping, and not only that, I noticed eating healthier helps with anxiety. If you have anxiety, I didn't notice that back then. I didn't know why I was having anxiety so bad. But I figured out later that sugar causes anxiety, and of course the chemicals in the food. I'm eating a lot of sugar, not sugar from fruit. That does not cause none of that. That actually makes the anxiety go away, because I have been raw vegan before a few times. I don't know if I could stay that way, because it's like it's cold being eaten raw. And when in the wintertime you want something warm, you want to swallow something warm. So I feel like if I do it, I need to learn more recipes and at least drink tea to keep me warm or something. But yeah, I really got deep into it. Like it was a obsession a little bit, because my sister died when I was young. She was 21 at the time, and I kept having that fear of that happening to my daughter, because she was always, something so always wrong with her, just like my sister. So, I was so deep into finding cures, because I felt like, hey, the doctors, let's see if there was a different way of doing things that is good for you, because you're not supposed to take medicine when you don't need it. You lowering your immune system right there. But I just wanted this natural thing that's supposed to be better, and it's always been in me to notice stuff. I always wanted to find out why people get sick. How can we prevent this? Since I was like 6-7 years old, that's always been a thought in my mind, and I have that same thought. So, and we just have more access to things now. I mean, back then I probably could have got some books, but I didn't even like to read back then. But, I noticed throughout time natural is the best way. You don't have to deal with side effects like that. With medicine, you got a whole essay full of side effects that pretty much seem like it's causing a whole nother disease. And then what they're gonna do? Give you a medicine for that, those side effects, which is more medicine. So we don't need that. And it feels good to be healthy. Like I've took medicine. I used to be the medicine lady. I used to have so much medicine on my dresser when I was a teenager. When I first, I was started working, had a job, I was able to go shopping, and I went to Dollar Tree and went and raided the whole medicine area, because to me, I found something that was for every single possible thing that anybody can have. That's what I thought I was doing at the time. And obviously, people in the house thought the same thing because they could be using all my stuff. But now, I'm the same way. I'm just doing it a different way. I want to have a herb or some type of natural fruit or something that, for everything that somebody could have. And I have so many teas. I look up and research stuff all the time. That's why I created my products, because I like to use natural products and I want to see how well it works. You got people who and I've been buying coconut oil. It's like the things that I have not had any noni juice in a while because I've been struggling a little bit and the juice is a little expensive. And I do have other things. Like I didn't, probiotics. We take that. I feel like I use that and the noni juice pretty much on the same level, because even though noni juice is used for other things, I feel like it mainly works for the digestive system and like for constipation or nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and anything like that. I use probiotics for the same thing. So I do keep probiotics in here at least, if not the other juices. I didn't even know anything about sea moss and stuff like that back then, but I do now. Now, as far as the things that I've been keeping in my house on a regular basis since I was 18, I am now 34. But like I keep coconut oil. I feel like you have to have coconut oil. Coconut oil, first of all, like I said, it helped with my daughter's constipation. And, people say it helped with weight loss, but I haven't had that. But also, my other daughter, she had pink eye. Now, she caught it from her cousin, and her cousin went to the doctor for medicine. We didn't do that. And they got rid of it in the same amount of time. So what I did was I got her to rub salt and water across her eyes, vinegar and water across her eyes. And then at night when she went to sleep, I rubbed coconut oil across her eyes. I feel like the coconut oil just did the thing for real. Coconut oil, because I don't think I did the coconut oil the first night, but this was all in 5 days. Coconut oil, when I put that on her eyes, she used to wake up and her eyes were so crusty shut. But that was the stuff coming out, because each day, her eye was better and better. This was like on a Monday, and by that Friday, because I didn't let her go to school, she had it on a Monday. She can go to school Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On that Friday, she went to school, and the pink eye was gone with no medicine, just coconut oil, salt and water, vinegar and water. That stuff really works. If you feeling, sometimes you don't even know why you feeling some type of way. Definitely if you haven't educated yourself. But a lot of times when people not feeling right, or they think they need an energy drink, you don't need no energy drink. You might be dehydrated and just need to drink a lot of water. It's been times that we've been feeling sluggish, tired, or don't know what's going on. And I cut a coconut open, a young coconut, drink the water. Water just gives you some energy right then and there. Like it just fill your body with this energy. You could feel it through your veins. And most likely it was dehydration. Because I used to take a lot of energy drinks all the time. I can't do it no more. It make my pulse go up too fast, too much. And I get a little addicted to them because they do taste good. But I haven't had one in years. You just need some coconut water. A lot of times people, the coconut water in the store, no, in the bottle, it's nasty. But the kind that comes out of the actual young Thai coconut that you have to cut open yourself, that water, I'm not saying that water's super good either, but it tastes better than, you know, the water in the store. Or people who like to give their kids Pedialyte. Pedialyte is full of chemicals, and they lucky they got the good flavors now. Because back in the day when I was little, it was that one nasty flavor that tastes like toilet water or something, blood. I don't know. That's what we thought it tastes like. But not that we ate that before, but you know the idea of it. So, but at the same time, I do not get any of that type of stuff. Because I don't feel like it's worth it. When you have these healthier options out here, and I know they're trying to, you know, sometimes it seems like the stuff ain't safe, but you know, best thing to do is to grow your own stuff. But when I see people on these like tropical islands and Cayman Islands and all that, and they be getting stuff right off the tree, I would love to do that. Or in California, I would love to just have a tree in my backyard and just get, oh, that is so wonderful. And then I ain't never had none. Yes, I did. I had a pear fresh off the tree, but I don't think it was ripe. And I don't really like pears like that. But I eat a ripe, juicy pear. You know. So and I'm sure everything tastes better fresh off the tree. So it's just, you know, when you do things differently, in a more natural way, you feel different. You don't even feel the same. I used to get headaches every single day. I always had medicine. You could shake my pocketbook and it was always some pills in there you can hear. My headaches don't even respond the same way. Back then, you know, sometimes my headaches would last forever. Well, I ain't gonna say they would last forever, but I used to get them every single day. And I don't know why. You know, I got a shot in my hip. It made the headaches go away for maybe a month. And they gave me this big old pill to take. But they never even told me why they gave it to me. Like, what it was. Like, what it was for. Like, did I have something serious or something? I didn't know. Because who gives people shots in their hips for headaches? I don't know. But, you know, I didn't know what was going on. Every time I got a headache, sometimes I would start to shake. I couldn't have the light on. It was like I was slurring my words as if I was drunk or something. You know, they were happening too often. Now, I do not get headaches every single day, maybe once or twice a month. And I don't take any medicine. When I took medicine, it would make the headache come real bad. Like somebody just bang me in the head with a hammer, but then it'll go away. Now, the headaches don't happen, like they don't go away like that. You know, without me taking anything for it, they may last for 2 days, but it gradually goes down. You know, so, you know, and I got my reasons for why I'm on this health. First of all, I think it was just my purpose, because it's just always been in me to eat healthy. I used to be the only one in the house that wanted to eat healthy, but, you know, I feel like I had to read that book. That book, I'm not going to say that book got all the information, because it really don't. But to me at 18, it did, because that was the first thing I ever read that really gave me information on health. And I didn't even know what the word organic meant back then. Like, I didn't know nothing. When I first heard vegan, I didn't even know what the heck that meant. So, you know, a lot of this stuff and these herbs, I am still learning herbs I've never heard of to this day. Like, I just heard of some herbs, and you know what I do? When, because stuff be expensive, so I can't buy them right then and there all the time. But what I do is, because you know I love Amazon, or my other little Swanson website, or whatever health website, or whatever store I get it from, I just put it in my cart so I don't forget. Or I might have to write it down in my book, because these herbs, there's so many, and I can't always remember what they was for, so I'm always looking stuff up anyway. But it's like, I feel like this is part of my purpose. I don't feel like this is the only purpose I have, but health I don't know, health might be my purpose. Because even though I love fitness, even though I got an eating problem, I got a weight problem. Like, I can't wait to eat. I always want to eat. Because also I'm thick. Because I used to be skinny until I had kids. And I always was working out until I had kids. It's like I don't have that same drive. I don't know if it's because I'm burnt out. What the motivation gone. I used to work out for fun before I had kids. I used to love it. It was like playing. But it's so much harder now. But I still love fitness. I like to watch people work out all the time. I like to go to the gym. It's just that I don't like doing it by myself anymore. So I'm just trying to figure out what motivates me now, or what is it that I need. But like I love health and fitness. I'm always researching how to do an exercise or health. I think health, like herbs and learning about foods to eat, I think that's number one, and then fitness is next. But I also have an eating problem. I've been a foodie all my life. Like, I would have been fat as a kid if I wasn't so active, because I ate a lot. I eat like 7 times a day on average, 8 times sometimes. 6 times. I felt disappointed if I ate only 6 times a day. So, this stuff is, it's just like these problems, these struggles. Like, if it was up to me, I'd be 100% healthy, never having a cheat day, but I cheat too much. I cheat every day. I don't even see how people how they discipline themselves to wait until the weekend or to wait until a specific day to cheat. Because I don't know how to do that. It's like I have to have some type of junk food every single day. Unless I am doing this raw vegan thing, which I've only done it for 2 months. I have not been able to go past it. That is the only time I don't cheat. For real. Because I'm not eating no processed foods. Or, I mean, if it's processed, it's like still raw, like maybe some dried mangoes or something. And I can make that myself if I want to, but I'm not really eating nothing highly processed. I might have oatmeal in my smoothie or something, rolled oats or something. But when I'm raw, I am like my healthiest. And I don't know if that makes me binge eat because I'm being so restrictive, but I don't feel like I'm being restrictive at the time, because it's like my body loves the feeling that I get from being raw. And I have all that energy, and I'm sure I'm not to the point where I need to be, because you can't detox fully in just 2 months of years of eating toxin. Like, that just can't happen. So I feel like I'll be fully cleansed or fully... And I can't even get through a freaking fast. A juice... Oh, something about a juice fast. It's like after a few days, it makes me binge eat. I cannot get through a few days of juice fasting. And a water fast, I've seen people do that. But they don't really have the energy. They don't really pass the bowel movements like they do with a juice fast. So... it's like I need somebody to help me do it. Because everything I do by myself. I don't have help. Nobody I know or I'm around does like the same things that I do, or do any of these things. So it's like I'm so alone in everything that I do, as far as health or fitness or anything like that. Maybe some people that's into fitness a little bit, but they don't be really trying to be my partner or anything like that. So, and then as far as a hairstylist, I feel like health goes into play with that, because I know it's a lot of people who can do some hair and make it look good, but people's hair are falling out from that. And I don't want to be the type of hairstylist. I want to be the hairstylist that make you look good, but I'm also taking care of the health of your hair. So, one guy asked me recently about my hair, because it'll be 5 years in August that I had these locks, and he thought my hair was kind of long for it to be 5 years, because he had his for 12. But I told him make my own oils. And I don't think it's just the fact that I do think they got something to do with it a lot though, but because I feel like my hair grew a lot since I made my oils, and it's only been a year and some change since I made the oils, and my hair grew a lot in that time. But I don't think it's just that. I think it's also making sure you drink enough water, which I need to work on that, and eating healthier. Now, like I said, I eat healthier than anybody else I know in person, but I don't, to me, I'm still not on the healthiest because I keep binge eating. Even if it's organic or plant-based, it still don't make it healthy. And that is my problem. You know, it's like all the things that I loved when I was eating the standard way, like bread and pizza and chips, chocolates. You know, I loved everything. I liked everything. Like, pretty much, I liked everything except green peas, liver. Cooked curds. I like raw curds. I don't like cooked curds. I'll eat it, but I don't care for it. You know, stuff like that. I didn't like those things. Other than that, I liked everything. It is hardly nothing that I don't like. Oh, I don't like barbecue that much. Like, I really didn't like it as a kid. Or sloppy joe. But I'll eat it. But I ain't really care for it. Other than that, I liked everything. I ain't like tuna helper, but I like tuna fish. But, you know, I eat a lot. So it's like the fact of whatever struggles I was having or whatever caused me to be that way, I don't know how to break that or break that bad habit of eating all day, because I'm definitely not active all day like I was. But so it's easier breaking the medicine habit, because I did have a bad habit. Like, people were starting to get to the point that they felt like I had too much medicine, and I broke that. But I guess because it's still like I'm taking pills or something. Like, I don't even know how to like taking pills that much, but it's like still taking something, but it's not chemical medicine. Like, it's supposed to just be natural. But I mean, the hardest medicine to break was that Tylenol and ibuprofen for headaches, because I was always getting them. That was the challenge, you know. But it's like eating food that is worse than sex for me. Like, you know, I'm trying to be, you know, abstinent and working on that. But I feel like the food thing is harder than that. Even though sex is up there. Well, maybe sex is hard only when I'm around somebody I want. But food, it don't even matter. But anyway, y'all, this video is getting quite long, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this. But I just wanted to go ahead and speak with y'all because I hadn't talked to y'all this week. And I just want to learn how to be consistent with something, because I think I have a problem with consistency as well. But anyway, y'all can go ahead and just like the video, please. Just show me some support and like this video, please. Just like it. Don't give me no negativity, y'all. It's too much bad going on in the world. I don't even feel like I said nothing wrong or bad for you to even say anything bad. But anyway, yeah. Subscribe, share, and just do whatever. And I will see you in the next video.